Hello everyone, for this week I'm playing Turbo Ring. If you haven't seen this on the channel before, it's basically 80% of a Tinker for Citadel deck, 10% a Yogg-Will Storm deck, and 10% a Paradox Academy deck. You basically are always going for Tinker for Citadel, and the easiest way to win off of Citadel, in my opinion, is just with a Storm win condition, either Aetherflux Reservoir or Tendrils of Agony. We have Yogg-Will because rebuying things is broken, so you can sometimes do traditional Yogg-Will lines, and sort of the backup plan is Paradox Engine plus the One Ring, because the One Ring is already really insane. It lets you pivot between tinkering for Citadel versus tinkering for Paradox Engine pretty easily, and it's very easy to draw your whole deck and then do a Storm win condition with the One Ring and Paradox Engine. I have made some changes to this since the last time I played it. This is coming out before my recording for the Joking Open. Spoiler alert, I played Turbo Ring during the Joking tournament, but the last time I played this was some time back, and something that I'm trying out is I'm actually cutting all of the green. Now, you might say, well, you've got Noctis Revival and Weather the Storm. The thing is that you don't really ever need to hard cast these. You're pretty much always paying life for Noctis Revival, and you're pretty much always casting Weather the Storm off of Bolts of Citadel, so the fact that they're green really doesn't matter. And this helps by just sort of tightening up the mana base. Having to think about sometimes getting a fourth color is really awkward, especially when you have so many cards that are in the primary three colors of, the primary two colors of blue and black, but white gives you a lot of goodies, whereas green really didn't. The only things that green gave that were super useful, in my opinion, were Veil of Summer and City of Solitude, and those are really good, especially against blue decks, which are pretty prevalent in the Discord metagame, but I don't know that they're super necessary or worth stretching on colors. I also expect with the recent points changes, since Strip went down, that there will maybe be more aggro decks in the meta, and so I wanted to shore up the aggro matchups using things like Sunset Revelry and Timely Reinforcements, which gives me more of a lean into white, which means that you need to make the mana base a little bit easier, a little bit more accommodating. So, that's kind of why I cut the fourth color. Other things that have changed, I've been playing around with Demonic Council. This card's really pretty sweet, and it's sometimes a little tricky to turn on, but when it's on, it's really, really powerful in this deck. And I'm also testing out a few creatures. Normally, the way that I like to run Turbo Ring is creatureless. You blank all of your opponent's removal, and you really don't need creatures as a backup win condition because the deck's just way too fast to even care about that. But the thing is that there are some creatures that are pretty useful, like Baleful Strix is really good against aggro, or even against, it's good against basically everything because Flying Death Toucher is good. It's Tinker fodder, it's an artifact for Mox Opal and such. Just a pretty decent card. I wouldn't be upset to see it, even if it is a little slow. Snapcaster Mage is something I have been thinking about for a while because just being able to rebuy cards is really powerful. Rebuy tutors, etc. It's like a decent thing to hit off of Citadel because you probably rebuy a cantrip. So if you brick on a Citadel, if you're about to brick on a Citadel, you can maybe flash back a cantrip to try and fix the top of your library. Just a general good utility creature. Plus, having a blocker to save some of your life total is not the worst. And then finally, Tamiyo. Tamiyo is just kind of a messed up card, and I really avoided putting it in the deck because it is really, really slow compared to what the rest of the deck is trying to do. But it's also not that hard to flip Tamiyo. She makes clues that you can tinker away, and once you've flipped her, she reduces the aggression that, she reduces your opponent's power so that you can, have more life total for your Citadel stuff. And then even if she just -3s to pick up a tutor, like, the deck basically wins if it assembles 2 tutors. So that's kind of insane in my opinion. And then even if you don't pick up anything, she represents an inevitability. Like, if you ult with her, I don't think you can lose the game. I think you'd be very hard pressed to lose the game if you manage to ultimate Tamiyo. And people are probably mulliganing away their removal spells because this deck usually doesn't play creatures that you care about. And really, we don't care about Tamiyo. If she lives, she's awesome. If she doesn't live, whatever. And also, if your opponent spends time removing Tamiyo, then that's less mana that they have to interact with you or damage pointed at your face, etc. So really, I think it's a win-win. I had avoided putting in creatures because they make things like balance worse, but I think it's just so strong that there's really not a reason to avoid Tameo at this point. This card is really dumb, and I don't know if it's ever going to get pointed, but while it's not pointed, I think you should just abuse it in as many decks as you can put it into. So anyway, that was Turbo Ring. Sorry for the sort of long explanation. I really like this deck. I've done really well with it in the past. It's a super fast combo deck, which I think is really good for getting under the other combo decks like Time Vault and for surprising blue decks because they're sort of built to grind against the other grindy decks. They're not necessarily playing as many disruptive things like Alien Clique and that sort of stuff. And so you can kind of just get under them. So let's see how it does today. This is Turbo Ring.
Keep this. Go back. This one. Okay. Shoot us off.
You do the sign on. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I like this matchup a lot better. Pay 2 life. Go ahead.
Good step. I will opt.
Sure.
Let's go. Dark Steel Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
Personal Tutor.
Tinker. Sure. Finding Tinker.
How did you know?
It's a surprise to be sure.
I think Tinker.
Cool.
And I'm going to play Chromatic Sphere.
Sure. And so I'm going to brainstorm.
Sure.
I'll throw back this one, this one. Gonna be?
Yep.
Draw.
I'm gonna get it right
I will. That'd be really funny. Play a Windswept Heath. Go ahead.
Yep. On top.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Eric Mesa. Go fetch.
Good.
Get myself a scrubland.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Somewhere. Blue black for Decklists.
Veteran response.
Sure.
Go grabbing a Tundra Remand.
Okay.
Okay. Draw Remand. Go to mine.
Yep.
Draw. Bloodstream Mire, go ahead.
I'm going to try to cast Baleful Strix again.
Sure.
Scalding Tarn, go ahead.
I'll fetch in a turn.
Sure.
Go grab Zagoth Torium.
Okay. In colors for phase of action? I don't know.
I'm testing my list for the async. It is a really bad week to play an artifact deck against me.
Fair.
I mean, most weeks generally, but still in a turn. I will cast a consider.
Sure.
Top. Draw.
Okay.
Go to me.
Yep.
Draw. Prismatic Vista, go ahead.
And step fetch.
Sure. See.
Myself in Undercity Sewers.
Mm-hmm.
Rail. Or we can keep that on top. Untapped.
Mm-hmm.
Right, not seizing you.
Sure. Leyline Binding, Voyage, Cryptic Command, Daze, Counterspell, Thunder Falls.
I hate it. Yeah, Leyline Binding. Okay. We're taking the Leyline Binding.
Sure.
Oh, it's Underground River.
Mm.
Play this. I don't really want to do that. Yeah. Mm.
Sure. Draw.
Yep.
Thunder Falls to Breath.
Yep.
Top. Good.
Or counter magic. Good. Thank you. Going to cycle this Chromatic Sphere for a black.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna just spend for Flex Reservoir.
That was like so bad. I'll fetch.
Yeah.
Do we want to fetch? Do I even care? Reservoir sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you care?
No, that's fine. You got it, man. You got the reservoir. If you natural storm kill me, you got it.
Okay. I'll play this Razor Tide Bridge and attack you for 1.
Sure. I will take 1. 16. Untap. Draw. I will play Sulfur Falls.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Untap. Cast this Serum Visions trigger.
Triggered good. Game 1.
One. Draw. Back 2. Yeah. Yes, we're up bottoming. Sure. Attack you for 1.
Sure.
Play this Darkslick Shores tapped. Go.
And return fetch.
Yeah.
Grab an island. Ain't no hall back there. I'm gonna pay 4 and del 4 for dig.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I seem to have gone in abundance of lands in my 29-line deck.
Yeah. And 4. Dig.
Yep.
This one and interesting. Provocative. This one. Okay. Still in a turn.
Okay.
Cast to dress down.
Or yeah.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
Go to me.
Yep.
Okay. Draw. Really wanted to hit another land. How good is this Slate Magic card? Do I even care? Not particularly. Thoughts use. I'm kind of cold too in that case. Go to my end step.
Sure.
Sack this. Good.
Tap. Draw. Conqueror's Bubble. Trigger.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Conqueror's Bubble. Put this on my deck.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Know that I want that card right now.
There.
Attack for 1.
Sure. 12.
That's
Cryptic Bounce Reservoir draw card.
yep.
Look, I need a land. Draw.
Yeah.
There we are. Arid Mesa.
Sure.
I don't really care. Go ahead.
Untap.
7 cards in hand.
Draw. Yeah. This one again.
Do I even care? No, you got it.
Okay. Attack for 1.
Sure.
Pass. Rolling magic.
That's
Yeah.
10. Go grab a plateau.
Okay. Can't wait to lose to some like 4th for 9 or whatever because we've been going for 6 million turns.
That's the neat part. I don't have a wink on in this deck.
Fair.
Don't need it. It's so much more fun to have your opponent concede games to
you. Fair.
I'm going to end a turn Mystic Confluence, draw 3.
Sure.
Draw 3. Go to me.
Yep.
Untap. Draw. It's really interesting. So I was supposed to draw land there. Okay. Islands like Lorien.
Okay.
I'm going to go grab Mystic Sanctuary. I'm going to play this land for a turn, putting Cryptic Command on top.
Okay.
There. That is my win con.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Flinch.
Sure.
Kill Strix. I gain 3.
All my hard work. I'm done.
This one there. This one into play. 1, 2, and 3. I gain 3. Do I have to clean up? 6. I have to discard 1 card. Go to my end step.
Sure.
Discard a Unholy. Go ahead.
Draw. Amazing. I seem to keep drawing cards that don't do anything. Why do I put them in my deck? Put them in the deck. Alright, we're gonna do Sunset Revelry trigger.
Okay, you got it. You do get to draw a card at least.
It's a draw card, yeah. The only reason we're playing it right now. Here is a card. Go.
And the turn Brain Search.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm picking these up.
Sure. Yeah,
This one can go for now. I'm going to draw this one so it doesn't matter. Go to my turn?
Yep.
Untap. Draw. Play Wasteland.
Okay.
I will 1, 2, 3. Oculus. Exiling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then go to you. 7 cards in hand. Effects and upkeep.
Yes. And step I'll try to swords trigger.
Your trigger is going to resolve. Here's the thing. I don't really care. I'll gain 5.
Yeah, I can say I don't think you. Yeah. Go
for it. Yep, go for it.
That's what we needed more of. All right. I think we're gonna play this Academy and pass the turn.
Okay. Sure. Untap. Draw. Sulfur Falls is land for turn.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
That's an untapped, right? Or that's Spiral?
That is Spiral off.
I see.
Aerodon?
Yep.
And step draw?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Can you beat Cryptic Lock?
Can I beat Cryptic Lock?
Yeah.
Well, you've got. I mean, you only have 1 counterspell, right? So far. I mean, if you cast Cryptic, you've got 5 mana, right?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. You can.
We'll see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll try.
Sure. You got it.
I can cast this Worm's Chain. Right.
Trigger is good. You go to 21.
Yep.
I will cast a counter spell.
Yep, that happens. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blue.
Mhm.
I guess I'll float a colorless. So, say 2 blue. If I cast this Tinker, trigger.
Trigger is good. Gain. You have 2 blue in your pool, correct?
I have 2 blue in my pool.
23. Sure. That's fine.
Tinker resolves. Okay. That's a bit concerning. We're getting Citadel, so. Okay. Try to cast this prize statue trigger.
What is prize statute?
It's a 2-mana artifact. When it comes to battlefield, it goes into the graveyard from the battlefield. Make a treasure.
Sure, that's fine. Gain 3.
I gain 3.
Yeah, 26.
Somehow in all of my tokens I don't have a treasure. This fish will be a treasure. Try to cast this Dread Fugue off the top. Trigger.
Dread Fugue, gain 3, gain 4. Good at 3. Yeah. No more lies, days, cryptic command, preordain, spell pierce, and thing. You had just 1 too many. A bit too many. 2, 3, 4.
If I take
Yeah.
your no more lies, you have just days and spell pierce.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take no more lies.
Sure.
This is a treasure.
Mhm.
I'll cast this Chromox trigger.
Mhm.
I will gain 5 up to 34. Imprint this timely reinforcements.
Sure.
I'll cast this ball ritual trigger.
2, 30. Gain 6 going to 40, or.
Yep. I go to 40.
Sure.
Yep. And then I get 5 black.
Yep.
And then I will play this Tundra off the top as my land.
Mhm.
Cast this Preordain going to 39. Trigger. Gain 7.
Yep. Mhm.
6. I'll top draw this one. Cast Transmute.
Sure. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
So on the bottom. Starts up.
Place time to go.
And go. Let's go. Shadowy Backstreet.
Sure.
I'm gonna bin this brainstorm.
Sure.
Good.
Never punished. Argon Triumph, go.
Like to this Crystal Vein and this Defense Grid.
Force, pitch, brain surge.
Yep. So Wilbury.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Go.
Dark Shores. Like to play this Dread Fugue.
Sure. Comet, no more lies, remands, Spellstar.
Um, gonna take the so weird one. I guess I'm gonna take this spell snare.
Sure.
We'll try to cast this spirit ball.
Sure.
Go.
Go.
It's polluted delta. Try to cast this every time I play.
Remand.
Still on my turn.
Mhm.
This polluted delta.
Yep.
I'll get myself a tundra and
Mhm.
cast this in lightning degree.
Sure.
I'll go get the one ring.
Sure.
And then say go.
Go.
Three unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
Ring on top. Tap. One ring.
Mm-hmm.
Fairy.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
We'll uptick to fairy. And then
Sure.
tap these for the one ring.
Yep. You got it.
Tap the ring. Draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Not play the land for turn. I'll play this one strand and say go.
828. Folk.
Yep.
Go.
Step fetch.
Mm-hmm.
So rail lands, sewers, I guess. Untap, upkeep, lose one.
Mm-hmm.
In proper turn. Tap the one ring to draw two.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast this consider. In this Baleful Strix, draw. Play this Darksteel Citadel, and I will suspend a Profane Tutor. Then I will uptick to fairy and pass.
Expressive iteration. Exile and bottom.
Okay.
Oh.
Untap, keep. This goes to one. I lose two.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. Have to draw three.
Mm-hmm.
Three. Conjurer's Bauble. Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Black, black, black. Crack this for double colorless. I've got one colorless floating. I will cast Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing this for bargain.
Mhm.
Cast Tinker, sacrificing this.
Mhm.
Paradox Engine.
Mhm.
I will then cast this Mox Opal for trigger untap these.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. I'm going to start off with a Windswept Heath and Sego. Are you speaking? Hello?
Oh, thank you. My mic was up. I said draw a Spire buff. Go ahead.
That's on the instant. Is that good? Am I getting stifled?
Yep, you're good. Yep.
Get a Meticulous Archive. Right up. I'll keep that on top. My turn. Play this Ancient Den. Cast this Mox Opal.
That's fine.
Cast this Mana Ball.
Also fine.
Spend a Profane Tutor.
Yep.
Go.
Untap and draw. Sunbaked Canyon. Go ahead.
Tap, upkeep, Profane to 1. Drop return. Attempt to cast this Defense Grid.
Take 1. Go to 19. No more lice.
Yep. Go.
Untap and draw. Brainstorm.
Okay.
Flooded Strand does land per turn. Passed over.
Upkeep, Profane Tutor.
I'm gonna fetch.
Sure.
Pay a life. Go to 17. I'll reprieve that.
Yes. So this goes back to my hand. Yep.
And we'll draw.
Okay. Go to my draw step.
You're good.
Ready to spend this.
That's fine.
That's.
Untap and draw. Island is land per turn. Pay a life. Go to 16. Aragorn, King of Gender.
Yep.
Take the monarchy. Go ahead. Draw monarch.
That upkeep goes to 1. Draw. play this Gloom Lake Verge and say go.
Untap and draw. Combat. Attack for 4. Trigger.
Yeah.
Okay. Play this mountain as my land for turn and pass it over.
Upkeep Profane Tutor.
I'd like to invert polarity.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Odds, I'll take it. Evens, I'll counter it. On the mat counts off doesn't. That is an odd.
Would you say you said odds you take it? So yeah, you got
Yep.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just go to game 2.
Okay.
I'll put this one on bottom. You good to go?
Go for it.
Bloodstainmire. I'll fetch Underground Sea. And I would like to cast this Preordain.
That's fine.
I'll top draw this one. Go.
Okay, I've got the little one now. He wants to have some lap time. Here. There you go. Okay. What'd you do with your scry?
Top draw.
Okay. I'll draw for my turn. Play this polluted delta and pass it over.
I will play this Misty Rainforest and this Conjurer's Bauble,
That's fine.
and I'll pass.
All right. I'm gonna correct this.
Yep.
Find this meticulous archive.
Yep.
Surreal.
Yep.
I'll bend the Sulfur Falls.
Okay.
Untap and draw. Let's go Island Shredder. Go ahead.
Shredder. Okay. Instead, I'll fetch.
Sure.
Myself and Undercity Sewers. Come on. Just having no fingernails. Okay. Surveil. We're gonna in this mock circle. Go to my turn. I'll play this Tundra, and I would like to swords your Ledger Shredder.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
I'll go back to 20. Untap and draw. Mountain. Go ahead.
Draw. Play this Candy Trail.
Yeah.
You bottom both of these. And I'll cast this Dread Fugue targeting you.
I'll respond with a Brain Surge.
Okay.
I'll put these two back on top.
Okay.
Did I do the right order? Yes, I did.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna reveal a hand with a Daze and a Reprieve that you can take, and then a Brotherhood's End, a Wooded Foothills, a Waterlogged Teachings, and an Aragorn.
Okay. I will take the Reprieve.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
Untap and draw, play Wooded Foothills, and pass.
Okay. In step, I'd like to use this Contrast Bauble, targeting my Mox Opal.
That's fine.
Untap. Draw. Play the Sunken Ruins. To cast this Demonic Council. I have to
Cards in hand? Two. It'll resolve.
I'll pass the turn.
I'm gonna crack my Wooded Foothills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab a Volk and I'm gonna cast the Teaching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think. One unknown card.
That is correct.
To that's the vampire tutor in response.
That's
Or
fine.
before you go to your turn, before you untap.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go 16. You can continue with your turn.
I'm gonna untap and draw.
Yep.
I'll pay 2 life to probe you.
Yeah, Tinker and Balance.
Okay. Draw. Oh. Oh. Dasha Ragavan.
Sure.
Oh, I'll jam in for 2.
14. Hits. Silence.
Make a treasure. Hmm. Pop the treasure for red. Brotherhood then. Destroy all artifacts.
Yep.
Go to end of turn, bounce monkey. Go ahead.
Uh, I'll play this Razor Tie Bridge.
Yeah.
Cast this balance.
With one card in hand. I have to fight over this. So let's go force pitch for Aragorn.
Okay.
Always alive. Untap. And in my upkeep, I'm gonna cast this Mystical Tutor.
Okay.
I'm gonna find an invert polarity, draw it for turn, and pass.
And this is kind of funny. I have to cast it. Try this defense crit.
That's quite a top deck.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I'll start. I'll float a blue and daze it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'll invert it.
Yeah. Let's see you steal it.
Yep, odds will take it. Evens will counter it. I steal it. I have a defense card.
Pass the turn.
Untap and draw. Dash Ragavan. 2.
You get Noxious Revival.
I have a treasure. I'll start by playing this Meticulous Archive.
Okay.
Bin the Serum Visions. I'll pay 2 life and cast the Noxious Revival.
Okay.
And I'll target my Mystical.
Sure.
And then I'll pop the treasure and cast this dress down to draw the Mystical.
Okay. So you're tapped out.
Yep. And I'll draw the monkey. Go ahead. Or bounce the monkey.
Yep. Draw. Right to him. Here we go. Tinker this Razor Tide Bridge.
Yep.
Ideal, but maybe we can make something out of it. If I hit double land, I'm gonna cry.
That's the hope.
So many cards in my deck that make this good. Okay, top card. Go to 10 for this. Starting scrub land off the top. Hit 8 for this Talisman Progress. It's unbelievable. I'm the unluckiest man alive. Go ahead.
Untap. In my upkeep, I'll cast Mystical.
Yep.
I mean, surely. Let's. I'll grab a lightning bolt.
Sure. That's not what I
It was that or Flame of Anor. I think I'd rather.
figured you would get flame. And it's pretty effective either way.
Yeah. Dash Ragavan, swing
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I go to 6. You exile this Vault of Whispers.
Okay. I will bolt you. Go ahead.
Okay. Draw this return. That is pressing. Oh, that's so irritating. Alright, well, sadly, I can't cast that, so we're going to play this Meticulous Archive and mill this Yogg-Will. If I had one more life, that would have been a win. Guess I will duress you.
I have a monkey.
Okay, well, I'll play the Snapcaster Mage and kill myself.
Okay.
Okay, I'll keep 6. Bottoming. I think that one. That one? So you're at 7. This is gonna play out. I do that. I do that. Yeah, I'll bottom this one.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
Misty, I will get an Underground Sea, cast an Imperial Seal.
Yes.
Then I will pass.
I will draw. I'll play Yavi my Coast. I'll go to 19 and play Birds.
Birds of Paradise? Yeah.
Yep.
Is that it for your turn?
Yes, that is it.
It's on top.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. It's Ancient Den.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna Swords of Plowshares your bird.
The birds are down.
Yep.
Play Hedge Maze trigger.
Sure.
I'm going to mill this Grist of the Hunger Tide. Go ahead.
Draw. Paradise of Fetch.
Yeah.
I'll get a Tundra and cast this Tinker, sacking my Ancient Den.
You got it.
Holy Storm. Tundra. Get Bolts of Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tinker in the Yard. Card, go to 15 for this Mana Vault. Lion's Eye Diamond off the top. cards in hand.
I have 5 cards in hand.
Tap this vault 3. Make a colorless, or have a colorless floating. So I cast this prize statue.
When it enters or leaves, it makes a treasure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will use this colorless and crack this for white. Cast this Sunset Revelry.
Yes. What does that do? You gain life because you have less life than me?
I gain 4 life because I have less life than you, and I draw a card because I have 0 cards than you.
Okay.
So I will go up to 19, draw this card. We will go to 14 to cast Tendrils off the top for Storm 6. This is 6 amounts, so 12 damage.
Okay. I'll go 7.
You go to 7. I go to 27. Visions go down to 26. Hold priority. Okay. I'm gonna crack LED for blue in response.
Okay.
Okay, 3 blue. Draw results from visions. Draw this. Try 2. I will put them both on top. I will cast Yogwill for 23. And then I can re-escape LED and tentacles you again.
You can re-escape the LED, tentacles me again. Sure. Okay.
Okay.
I will start with a Windswept Heath. Go ahead.
Play this Darkslick Shores. Play this Mox Diamond.
Yes.
This Razor Tide Bridge. Cast this Baleful Strix.
You got it.
Go ahead.
End step, I will fetch. I'll get a Lush Portico.
Okay.
Bill. Interesting. I'll leave that on top.
Okay.
Tap, upkeep, draw. I'd like to prismatic ending your Mox Diamond, please.
Yep.
And then I'll play a Meticulous Archive, Surveil.
Okay.
I'd like to mill this Blooming Marsh. Go ahead.
Draw. You have 3 cards in here.
Yes, I have 3 cards.
Like the Inquisition here.
I have a Summer's Pact, Keen-Eyed Curator, and a Tropical Island.
I'll take those Summoner's Pact. Play this Bloodstained Mire and Sago.
Draw. Play this Tropical Island. Cast Keen-Eyed Curator.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Set fetch.
Yeah. Sure.
Do
Yeah.
something in response.
No, go ahead. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get a Shadow.
This might do something on your end step.
Sure. Yep. That's fair.
Yeah.
Surveillance.
Yeah.
Keep that on top.
Yeah, I guess at your end step, I'd like to exile the Razortide Bridge.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the Sunken Ruins.
Yeah.
To tap 2 mana for blue, I guess. Play this Chromatic Sphere. Yeah, Personal Sphere.
Yes.
Personal Sphere. Tinker.
Okay.
Then I will pass the turn over to you.
Keep draw. Hmm. Shocking this Temple Garden going to 17.
Okay.
Just don't want stuff there. Combat?
Yep.
Attack with Curator.
Block with Strix.
Yes, before damage. I'd like to exile Personal Tutor.
My graveyard. Yes, I was like, what?
Yes.
Yes, sure.
And I'd like to exile my Summoner's Pact.
Oh, because it gives it trample. Yes.
So I'll make this it'll make a 7/7 trample. And I just want to decide if I want to keep doing exiling stuff. You have an Inquisition in your yard. I don't know if you're on delve spells is the problem. Like you're probably running all the tutors. So Demonic Tutor, Mystical, Imperial Seal, Vamp. That's 7. Tinker is 3. So you're not running delve.
You did see
I think-
Yogg-Will.
Yogg-Will is 1 point, yeah. Isn't that unpointed?
No, but it's for my graveyard. I mean, not that there's
Sure.
anything
Yeah.
Yogg-Willable.
Okay, okay, I will just exile the remaining 2 cards from your graveyard.
Sure.
Just for safety. And yep, let's go to damage. You take 6.
So I take 6 down to 13.
I think lowering your life total is the best I can do right now. Go ahead.
One card in hand?
I have 1 card.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to tinker.
Sounds good.
Get Citadel.
Yeah.
My life total is really in danger right now. I mean, like, if I brick, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the best I can do from this position is just give you the fewest options off Citadel. Because I can't stop it from happening.
Yeah. Not use my land drop this turn. Alright. Top card. Immediately Scalding Tarn. Okay. we're gonna lose one. Cast this knock survival. Target my Baleful Strix, full priority.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Put Baleful Strix on top. Lose 2 life, cast Baleful Strix.
Uh-huh.
Lose 4 life, cast Top Latch.
Uh-huh.
Start exiling things. I'll exile this Serum Visions.
Yep.
Exile this Chromatic Star.
Yep.
I will exile this One Ring. And this Paradox Engine. Lane. Windswept. Don't have the mana for that. Exile Snappy. I will cast Weather the Storm. 4. Gain
Oh,
15 life.
terrible. Yeah. I worked so hard.
And cast Dark Ritual.
Yep.
And gain 3 black. Cast Grim Monolith. Storm 7. Stick that one. Enlightened Tutor. Doesn't really matter because I have enough Storm. I can just go till I get Tendrils, but let's get this, I guess. Get Flux.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
It's deterministic off the
Yeah,
Thought
it's
Lash.
Take off the Thought Lash. Yeah.
I have an endurance in hand.
I went 2-1 today, which is good, even though I was pretty low energy today. You might notice it from my talking right now, from my voice right now. I felt like I played pretty well. I don't think I made any huge mistakes in terms of mulligans or choices, and that my losses were basically just due to variance. I think I played to the best of my abilities, and it showed. It's kind of funny that I cut some of the green cards for which are specifically anti-blue protection, anti-counter magic, and then matched it to 2 blue decks today. I don't know whether that means that I should reconsider and go back onto the green cards because the Discord is always really blue. There's always a lot of blue players. Or if I should just continue with this and say, it doesn't matter. I prefer having the much better mana and I can afford to lose 1 to 2 protection spells. I'm not sure. That first match against Jay Wyatt was definitely interesting. First game, I think like turn 12 or something, which is not what this deck is trying to do. I drew a lot of lands, but fortunately Jay Wyatt's deck did not put any pressure on, which is really sort of the downfall of a really hard control deck against a really went out of nowhere combo deck like this one. Obviously, I was probably not going to win if Jay Wyatt kept up 2 counterspells at all times, and I was fortunate that he made a small mistake and tapped out of a second counterspell. I mean, he had Daze and maybe Spell Pierce. I think he had Daze and Spell Pierce, but I had so much mana because the game had gone on so long that they were not as good. And so I was able to top deck an Orm's Chant, which was quite lucky, and after on the turn that he tapped low for Aragorn, I was able to fight through 1 to 2 counterspells and get the Tinker for Citadel, and then I was able to win. It's pretty unlikely for me to brick, but I guess I could have bricked. But with that long of a game with so many lands out of my deck, I think the odds were pretty low. And the second game, Jay Wyatt kept a hand that was moderately disruptive, but was low on lands, and then he just didn't hit enough lands, and I kept a hand specifically very high on protection, and was able to just win the game. Again, without a lot of pressure, I can take the time to set up, and this deck has so many tutors, such a high density of tutors and cantrips, that it's going to find what it needs to find. The games against Impulse, I think I played as well as I could. That first game, my first 7 had just Sunken Ruins as my only land, which didn't produce mana of color, which was a problem, so I had to ship it. My 6 had no lands, so I had to ship it. And then my 5 was pretty good, actually. It had Defense Grid, and it had the ability to turn on Mox Opal, and had enough mana for tinkering and whatever. And then I top decked a Profane Tutor that I could cast on turn 2, or suspend on turn 2, and I felt pretty good about it. Impulse had counterspell for Defense Grid, but that's fine because that means he doesn't have a counterspell for the next thing. But then he had a Reprieve for the Profane Tutor, which, okay, that's another counterspell down, but I resuspend Profane Tutor. And then he taps out for Aragorn and draws into Invert Polarity, and, then I lose. It's pretty hard when you multiply, and your opponent has 3 layers of interaction, and you have 2 layers of protection, or 1 layer of protection. I don't think there's anything that I did wrong in that game. Sometimes your opponent just has it. When you're playing a really fast combo deck like this, where if your spell resolves, you probably just win. You sometimes just need to make your opponent have it, and if they have it, you just accept that. That's life. That's magic. That second game was pretty interesting back and forth, and I managed to get the Tinker off when I had 12 life, which is not ideal. It's definitely lower than I would like, but then I immediately hit 2 lands, or pretty close to immediately, which is really quite unfortunate. I think I had 6 lands out of the deck, so there were only 23 lands left, and I even almost won because Impulse made a slight mistake where he mystical tutored for Lightning Bolt instead of Flame of Anor, and so he Lightning Bolted me instead of blowing up my Citadel. But it put me to 3 life, which meant that I couldn't cast the Yogg-Will off the top of my library, which if I had been able to cast the Yogg-Will off the top of my library, I would have just won the game, I'm pretty sure, because I could re-tinker or either Flex Reservoir, start gaining life, start casting more things, and I'm pretty sure I would have been, set. So, I'm not too bad about the losses to Impulse. He's a really good player. That matchup is already kind of rough. It's kind of hard to deal with the highly interactive decks that have pressure, and sometimes you just get unlucky. That's very interesting. Against Kelvin, he's playing Nadu. Nadu is not a good deck against this deck. It's a lot slower. I mean, yeah, sometimes it can win on turn 2, but more often Nadu's like a turn 4 or turn 5 combo deck, and I just have things that are haymakers like balance, etc., and I'm just generally faster. This deck tends to beat up on slower combo decks because the slower combo decks tend to not be able to interact very well, and this deck just wins so much faster than they can. So if you're racing, you're gonna win that race. Game 1, I Swords to Spurs. I had kept a 7 that had a turn 3 Tinker with the Swords to Plowshare, so I felt pretty safe. Unless Kelvin was playing like Flash Hulk or something, I felt really safe because I can Swords whatever I need to reduce the pressure, and I have a pretty early Tinker. And I was able to Tinker on, I think, 20 or 19 life or something like that. And even though I didn't have a land drop, I hit what I needed to and was able to win. That second game, Kelvin had to mulligan really deeply to 5 to find something that could interact. And I kept another hand. I admittedly got a little lucky to be able to keep 7s that were able to just find Tinker really quickly. I kept a 7 that didn't immediately have the mana that it needed to cast Tinker, but it had the tutor to go find Tinker, and you usually don't want to give up those hands unless it really needs 2 land drops. And I was able to just stall out for time and then Tinker for Citadel on turn 4, I believe it was. And even though Kelvin had hit me down to, he hit me for 7, he hit me to 12 life, I think it was, I felt pretty safe because even if I bricked, he only had 1 card in hand. His deck doesn't really play any haste that I'm aware of. I'm unlikely to just die. And fortunately, I hit Thought Lash right away, which meant that it was pretty easy to get to a deterministic win. So I really like this deck. I'm probably going to bring this some more until the end of the year. I've been really enjoying this really fast combo. I might not bring it next week just because I like to switch things up once in a while. But it's been a lot of fun to return to fast combo decks. And I'm not really in a great brewing mood right now, mostly because I don't have time, and also because brewing combo decks is a difficult challenge because it's really hard to get a new combo brew that is strong enough to play against very hyper-optimized decks like I see in the Discord weeklies. So I feel pretty confident about Turbo Ring, and I like its positioning because a lot of people were grinding, a lot of people were trying to play slower combo decks or grindy value engines, and this deck just goes way over them. But yeah, I'm not going to play exclusively Turbo Ring, but I've been really enjoying this deck and have a lot of fun with it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to get the joking video out sometime in the next week or two. Again, school's been keeping me really busy, but you know, keep an eye out on the channel and I'll try to upload that when I can. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. I will see you next time.